Well, we are back with a live look at Capitol Hill, where lawmakers and White House officials are meeting in less than 2 hours.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, Steve Mnuchin, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and Kevin McCarthy working to hash out details of a $1 trillion coronavirus relief package.
It is expected to include financial relief for American workers and small businesses, a final vote scheduled for tomorrow. And with that, we bring in South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee. Senator Graham, as always, a pleasure.
Thank
you. How
close
close are we?
Very close, and if we don't do this, you should all come up here and kick us in the butt. Failure's not an option. We're going to pass a bill Monday. It's going to help people who've lost their paychecks to get income. It's going to help hospitals who've been overrun with money to get through this, and it's going to help increase medical supplies and stabilize the economy. We're fighting a two-front war. One is the virus itself. The other is the economy that's been locked down because of containment policies.
Which, in your mind, Senator, as you look at this bill, which war is more important? Not that you necessarily have to choose between the two, but you kind of do. And so ultimately, if it's a $2 trillion bill, if you go all in on the war to prevent everyone from getting sick and you shut the economy down for 2 months, you've got a different kind of war there. Where are you on that balance?
The virus is Germany and the economy is Japan. So we're buying time in this bill. We're paying for containment. We're trying to lower the infection rate. And here's what I believe. If we did nothing, over 2 million Americans would die from the virus. Half the population would be infected, and you'd have a mortality rate around 1% plus. If you act decisively and have aggressive containment policies, we stop the infection from spreading until we can get therapies and vaccines to kill this damn thing. So my #1 goal is to go all in on the health care front to find therapies and vaccines sooner rather than later to kill the virus and lessen its effect on people. And the economy lockdown is to buy time to accomplish that.
You know, Senator, so many people want so many answers to this. You know, you talk about finding a vaccine and you talk about, you know, getting people the money that they really need right now. For those people at home who are in need of help, who are sitting here watching, can you give us a glimpse of behind the scenes what exactly is going on to try and make that happen?
Well, #1, we all agree up here that a small business, there are 1,700 restaurants in Myrtle Beach. All of them are shut down because of containment policies. We're going to ask the business owners to go to the bank and get a loan and pay their employees up to $80,000 in salary, pay the mortgage, pay the rent payment, and we'll forgive 6 weeks of it, and hopefully we can get this behind us. We're going to increase dramatically unemployment insurance available to people. The most you can get in South Carolina is $326 a week. We're going to dramatically increase that because that's not enough to live on. And major companies who are otherwise healthy have no business. We're going to float them loans until they get through this. We're going to relieve student debt burden by saying you don't have to pay your student loan for 6 months. We're going to take burdens off of people, get their paycheck stabilized. And as to the virus, we're going to give a lot of money to hospitals so they don't get overwhelmed.
Senator, let's delve into one of the things you said. We're not talking about the Myrtle Beach establishments. I'm not talking about having any government intervention aside from the money that they're going to get. But you did mention the big corporations, and you did mention loans to those big corporations. Earlier on the show, we had your colleague, Senator Scott from Florida, on. And when I asked him, should the government, you know, non-voting but financially, get some sort of stock in these companies because of the money that they're giving? Again, I'm focusing on the big companies. He said, yes, the government should make some money off of the investment that they're putting in these companies to help pay for this on the back end. Do you agree?
Well, I think it should be loans, not grants. I don't pretend to know how to make money off all this, but I just don't want companies to get grants like Boeing. Boeing, the 787, which is the premier wide-body jet in the world, is made in Charleston, South Carolina. The 737 MAX has been a disaster. I don't want to bail out Boeing because of the 737 problem, but if we don't help Boeing keep the 787 production line in being, we're going to give the entire world market to Airbus. I promise you the Europeans are not going to let Airbus fail. So what I'm trying to do is make sure that big corporations get loans, not grants, so they can get through this. I'm trying to make sure individuals who's lost their paycheck, they get an income stream beginning this week.
Senator, you know, most Americans right now worried about their income, their jobs, and yes, there are predictions right now showing that this coronavirus could trigger a downturn costing up to 5 million U.S. jobs. I mean, where do we go from there?
Well, I don't even believe it's 5 million. I believe 70% of the economy is shut down simply because you can't be around 10 people. As long as we have a containment policy that you should hunker down in place in California and New York, imagine how that affects the economy. You got the 2 largest states in the union basically shut down. That affects all of us. As long as we say as a nation